another question also about Teshuvah.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Rabbi. It is, how can we overcome the desire to do Teshuvah for something that we already did Teshuvah, and Hashem tested us, and we passed the test, but we already continue to ask for Teshuvah for this sin. Not continue to do this, because I understand we should not, or we should avoid to bring judgment on ourselves from something that we already passed. Thank you, Rabbi.
Okay, that's a question actually from Rambam. Right, so it's a very delicate balance, and we're going to explain the question. So David HaMelech says in Tehillim, so he said, my sins are always in front of me. Right, so is it good? Meaning that he always reminded himself that I actually fall. You know, I'm big tzaddik, but I fell many times in the past. So I have to be. It's constantly in my mind not to fall in this area. Right. On one hand, on another hand, Rambam said in Hilchas Teshuvah, so he brings this David HaMelech, and he said that, but if you dwell too much on a sin. Right, so he said, "Oh, how could I go with this woman, this, that?" And then he feels bad, and then it came up like maybe it was not such a bad idea. You understand? So if a person dwells too much on this sin, it's also not good. So we have to find a balance. So the balance is, so if you're going to think constantly about the sin, it's on one hand it can drive you crazy, and I have these people like that. Some of my students, my dear students, so they cannot grow over something that happened 30 years ago. That's very sad. They constantly repeating this story. I said, but these people, they forgot already. If you ask them, most likely they don't even remember this conversation. What happened? Just move on. But for them, it's very, very, very dear. Very sad. Whatever happened, 30 years ago. You understand? A person cannot be like that. So Rambam said, okay, you have to go on. Otherwise, you're going to. That's Satan. That's how the Satan works, right? So he said, you now you're tzaddik, but you remember what you did, and you know how many people suffer, and he started developing this idea. You understand? So Rambam said the balance is, on one hand, yes, we must remember that we actually sinned in this area, right? On one hand. On another hand, don't go too deep into the ideas, because you can go back, right? So you can fall again. You understand? So what we do, we build, as we said many times, defenses, not to come to the situation. So how I remember, forbid to do these things. Is it allowed for all other people? Absolutely 100% kosher, but it is forbidden to me. By who? By me, right? So I said, for me, it is 100% not kosher, 100% forbidden. You understand? That's how you balance these two things. On one hand, you should remember. On another hand, if you remember too much, you're going to go back. Okay, so that's the balance.
Thank you, Papa.
That's a very good question. It's very it's not so simple. Okay, Jose. Yes, Baruch Hashem. Thank you.